Her Mountain. Act 1. Chapter 7. The beginning, the celebration, and the cracks beneath. Ekpoawan met Etekamba during one of her school breaks. It was meant to be a simple outing, a visit to the club with her friends. At that time, she was already comfortable, confident, and doing well. But meeting him changed everything. Etekamba was wealthy, influential, and powerful. There was something about him that set him apart, something that drew attention and commanded respect. Soon, Ekpoawan's life transformed. She began arriving at school in a chauffeur-driven tinted SUV. Her lifestyle changed so quickly that people could not ignore it. When news broke that she was getting married, many of us were excited. She was still in school, still very young, but the decision had been made, and the marriage became the talk of the class. The Mbeb, a grand introduction. The day of the Mbeb arrived. Ekpoawan stood with her closest friends, beautifully prepared. Then came Etekamba, arriving in a convoy of expensive cars, surrounded by powerful men dressed in shining outfits, wearing dark goggles, gold chains resting on their chests, and car keys dangling confidently in their hands. Their presence filled the estate. Drivers opened car boots, bringing out drinks, tubers of yam, palm wine, and even live goats. It felt far beyond a simple introduction. Ekpoawan's parents received them warmly, fully prepared. But one detail stood out. Among all the men present, there was only one elderly man. He was introduced as Etekamba's father. After their intentions were formally stated, Ekpoawan was called forward. Earlier, Etekamba had given her 5 million naira to prepare, and she made sure it showed. From head to toe, everything about her reflected wealth and class. Then came the traditional marriage proper, the true cultural display. And this was where Ekpoawan appeared 3 different times, each appearance more striking than the last. Her first attire was deeply rooted in tradition. She wore a black lace wrapper tied around her waist in the classic Efik style, paired with a strapless blouse that revealed her shoulders and arms. Heavy coral beads adorned her neck, wrists, and ankles. Decorative ornaments, Ekpoawan, rested on her arms and legs. Barefooted, she stepped forward with grace. Then the music began. The Ekombi rhythm filled the air, played with traditional instruments, ekwe, obodom, ekpri, drum, metal gongs and shakers. The singers chanted, "Yak inek Ekombi o," 3 times. "Inek Ekombi dadose," and Ekpoawan danced. Her second attire was the onyonyo gown, long, flowing, regal. Made from expensive brown lace, richly decorated with gold sequins and pearls, it transformed her into the image of a queen. Her hair was styled high and elaborately, decorated with gold combs and tiny mirrors that reflected light beautifully. She wore beaded accessories, necklace, earrings, and carried a decorated staff symbolizing dignity and honor. She was not just admired, she was revered. Her third attire brought a modern touch. A sea green lace gown, corset fitted at the top and flowing downward, paired with a wrapper tied elegantly around her waist. It was a perfect blend of tradition and modern sophistication. The dance that changed everything. Then came the moment no one would forget. As the Ekombi music rose again, Ekpoawan began to dance. But this time something was different. Her movements intensified. She spun, twirled, turned endlessly. She could not stop. Even when it was time to meet her husband, she resisted. Her body refused to obey. People tried to guide her inside. Then suddenly, one of the musicians stepped forward. He demanded a bottle of gin from her father. It was given. He poured it into a glass, muttered incantations, and sprinkled it on her. 7 times. And just like that, she became calm. The energy disappeared. She quietly sat beside Etekamba. Before we continue with our story, if this brings back memories or incidents similar to this in any way, please share your comment. I am really looking forward to interacting with you. Now back to our story. The white wedding was a spectacle. Her gown was a designer masterpiece, dramatic, luxurious, with a long train, corset bodice, and intricate embroidery. It was perfection. After the ceremony, they traveled to France for their honeymoon. They spent 1 full month there, a month that felt like a dream. The reality after. But reality waited. Back in their large duplex at Orange Estate, Ekpoawan found herself alone most of the time. Etekamba was rarely at home, always traveling, always chasing business deals. At first, she endured it. Then loneliness crept in. Frustration followed. She began to feel empty. At one point, she considered seeking companionship elsewhere. But then, she discovered she was pregnant, and she stopped. She chose to wait. The silent struggle. But things only grew worse. The nights became frightening. Ekpoawan began to have nightmares. She saw herself being chased by men dressed in traditional dance clothing, men who seemed determined to harm her. The fear returned night after night. She became afraid of sleeping, afraid of the dark. Yet, she told no one, not her friends, not her family, not even Etekamba. She could not allow anyone to see cracks in the perfect image of her marriage. So she endured it silently. Closing. What began with beauty, with celebration, with honor and pride, had already begun to unravel. Quietly, deep within. End of chapter 7. Thank you for following the story so far. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter. Shallow.